Good morning, cookies, and thanks for tuning in to another compelling, dramatic episode of Cooking with Denny. Compelling. Anyway, today we're going to be cooking oven-baked barbecue ribs. Why oven-baked, you say? Well, because my landlord won't let me barbecue in this piece, so I had to figure out another way. So we're going to barbecue them in the oven. Well, I guess we're going to bake them in the oven. It wouldn't be barbecue, but we're going to slap some barbecue sauce on it, so I guess it is kind of barbecue. Anyway, they're delicious. Keep watching. Let's do it. Alright, so now we'll just prepare the cookie sheets. So I just put foil on the cookie sheet. Really quick. This is just to save in the cleanup later, right? I don't believe it really helps with the rib in any way, but it helps with the cleanup. Nobody wants to do that. Then take a tray. Set it there. Got it? Good. Okay, so we've rinsed the ribs, washed them off just a little, and kind of patted them dry with a little paper towel. And I know there's this debate about washing your meat and all of this, but I don't know, that's just the way I was raised. So we rinse it off. It ain't like we, wash it with Clorox or some shit, but we do rinse off the meat because you don't know where it was sitting before they packaged it up, or, it could just be gross if you thought about it too hard, but let's not. Anyway, so these are the ribs. Now what we're gonna do now is I have these wonderful bouillon cubes. They're onion and garlic. Can you see them? Yeah. And so what I do is put them in my, what do you call this? I don't know what it's called. But anyway, I like it. And it grinds up your herbs. Maybe it's a grinder. I don't know the proper name for it. But that's where I'm going to put these. Wait a minute. Something looks like. I don't like the way that looks. Okay. So you just kind of, what is this called? A pedestal and mortar. That's what it's called. Okay, so you got your pedestal and your mortar. And you kind of just crush up that bouillon cube. So we're going to just use that as seasoning. Okay. All right, see how that crushed up really nice? So let's just put 2 more in there. I just wanted you to see what the cube looked like. But it's just your regular bouillon cubes, but it's onion and garlic. Crush those up really nice. All right, so you got that. Everything else we already are familiar with. That's garlic powder, seasoning salt, Lowry seasoning salt, Lowry seasoning pepper, some smoked paprika accent, onion powder, McCormick's Montreal steak sauce, and this is roasted garlic and herb seasoning. So I like all that. So now we're just gonna season the ribs. Now what we also did was take off the membrane on the back. So you peel that off, but I didn't record that because it's just a hot mess and it never looks, it's not easy to do, it's hard, and I just didn't film it. But that's what you do, you rip it off. It's like a little membrane that's on the back, so I already did it. I like to put accent on first for some reason. You want to make sure you get it pretty saturated. All right. Some seasoning salt. You don't need too much because those bouillon cubes are salty as well. So, gingerly, the word for today. Not heavy-handedly. All right. That's our garlic powder. Onion powder is brand new, so we need to open that. Sprinkle that. Trying to get these on in the oven before it starts getting too hot. Today is going to be another scorcher. So since we have to turn the oven on, we want to get them in as early as possible. So we're at 10 o'clock now, California time, Pacific time. And so this is our smoked paprika. Right, so that gives it a bit of a smoky taste, so it kind of tastes like it was out on the grill, but you and I know different. All right. All right. So for this, again, we're gonna get it a little more fine. You don't really have to press hard, just roll it around in there. Sprinkle a little of that on it. And again, I said this is kind of salty, just like any kind of a bouillon would be. So you don't need a lot of the other salts. All right. Now we're gonna put Lowry seasoning pepper all over. Yummers. All right. And then we don't really have enough of this, so I'm just gonna omit it. So that's seasoning. So we kind of pack the seasoning into the meat, kind of like you would a rub. Just smash it on in there. See, not much gets on your hands, so it's really on the meat, which is a good thing. Then we're going to turn them over and repeat. So I don't think you need to watch that part. I think you get it. Turn over, repeat. Now we've seasoned the other side. And again, we're just pressing the seasonings into the meat, similar to the way you would do if you put a rub on it. So I like to turn them on the sides and try to get some of this extra seasoning that's come onto the cutting board, so you can get that on the side. You know, that's a good bite. Everybody like a good bite. So we're gonna turn it over on this side and get some of that extra seasoning off of the board onto the side of the rib, which is helpful too in using all your seasoning best you can. See all that waste? That could be on the meat. All right, so that's all. Put it in there. All right. Lovely, right? Lovely. Lovely. All right, so now we're gonna put them in the pan. So now we're gonna put them in our prepared pans. We're gonna put the bone side down. All right. This one seems too long, so I'm gonna cut it. So bone side down. You want to make sure it's all the way on the rack so that it will not leak into your oven and create smoke, and could even, if all the oil drips down in your oven, you could start a fire. And we ain't trying to do that. All right. So the other halves, I'm going to put here and here, and then we have another rack I'm going to do. All right, in the oven they go. All right, so here are your ribs all ready for oven. You're going to put them on 325 for 2 hours uncovered, just like this. All right, so our ribs are all done. It's been 2 long hours, and now they're all baked yumminess. Okay, so now we're going to make some, well, we're not going to make some barbecue sauce because we have to be somewhere with these ribs, so I'm not making homemade barbecue sauce today, but I'm going to put together a mixture of sauces, of store-bought ones, and I have a little bit of this Everett & Jones medium, and then I have a little bit of Kinder's medium, and then I have some Kinder's hot, and I'm gonna mix it all together. All right, Ghetto Fabulous. All right, so now we're going to put our sauce mixture on our ribs. Woohoo! So you just kind of lather that on. Anybody can do that. So it turned out pretty good. Like I said, it was a 2 hours baking slow in the oven on 325. Get the side. Yummy rib mix. Oh my goodness. All right. So I just think it's going to be really delicious. They're very tender. I make them all the time, so one day when I get a different place, I'll be able to barbecue out on the grill like the true barbecue geniuses we know. But for now, the oven will have to do. We're going to put them back in the oven for a few more minutes, not long, maybe about 5 minutes, just to kind of bake that sauce on a little bit. And then we're going to serve it alongside sauce. So for all of you who are saying, well, you didn't put that on the other side. Well, you can put that on your own. When it's served, it'll be accompanied with a little side sauce. Side sauce. All right? So see how that looks? It turned right into barbecue ribs out of nowhere. What do you think? And back in the oven they go. All right, so our ribs are ready. So we're gonna take them out of the oven. Woo! Ribs. Hello, lovely. All right. So that's that. Wonderful ribs. All right, so now we're going to cut the ribs so that for serving. So look how easy they cut. Well, they're just falling apart, you know. But we're trying to cut them so that they hold their shape. But they're very tender. So they're very tender and yummy. They're basically pretty much falling off the bone. Okay, I'm not getting the bone that's in the way. Ah! Okay, now they're just falling apart in my hand, so this is not good. I mean, this is good, but you know what I mean. So, All right. So we're gonna put them in a pan like this, and then I'm gonna put more barbecue sauce on them and serve them. So that's how that goes. So there you have it. Oven baked barbecue ribs. Wonderfulness. So look at that. Juicy goodness. Beautiful. Glistening. That's what you want. Glisten. I mean, they're just falling off the bone, man. This is crazy. Just literally pulling them apart. Right? I'll leave that. Well, maybe I'll cut it. Wonderful. Now you can do it in the privacy of your own home. All right, so there you have it. Oven baked, baby back barbecue ribs. All right, so try saying that 10 times fast. Anyway, thanks again for joining us. And remember, when you're cooking with Denny, it's always delicious. Have a good one.